Hi, you're welcome to Success Tips. In this video today, we are going to be discussing about a subject which goes this way. You get paid for the value you bring to the marketplace and not the time spent. You may be into business, you may be into ministry, you may be a job seeker, you may be an employee, you may be an employer, you may be any kind of career that you choose in your own life. These statements, applies to you. But unfortunately, we live in a generation where most people believe that if you are just patient with time and then you are going to get everything that you have ever needed, even if you don't make an inch of an effort. You will see someone sit in one place, do nothing, and then expect that things will change with time. This is one of the fruitless strategies that most people engage whenever there is hardship. If you also happen to have this kind of mindset and belief, then I think you will need to go with me through the content of this video. For you to better understand this very concept, I will want us to discuss 3 different important questions around this subject, and then with that you will get to understand that you only get paid for the value you bring to the marketplace and not for the time spent in the marketplace. Okay, I want you to know that if you are living in this life, if you are alive and breathing, I want you to know that you are in a marketplace. Okay, whether you like it or not, you are in a marketplace. If you are a businessman, you are in a marketplace. If you are an employee, you are in a marketplace. If you are a husband living with your family, you are in a marketplace. If you are sitting in a community, you are in a marketplace. In a nutshell, life itself is a marketplace. We may not be on the same page right now, but after we are done discussing these 3 important questions that I want us to have this conversation around, then you will get to believe me that you are in a marketplace for all this while. Now, the first question I will want you to have a discussion around is this: what exactly do people get paid for? Now, to understand this very question, I will want you to know that humans are naturally selfish and will only release their resources in exchange to something that will bring back value to them. No man will let their resources leave them without having anything that will come back to them as benefit. If you see a man or a woman letting go of his or her resources, it means that person is letting go that resources in exchange for a particular benefit or value that he want to get back to himself in return. This means that if you are sitting out there and then you are expecting anyone to release their resources in order to pay you, you should first ask yourself this first question, okay? What value am I actually giving out to that person in exchange for the money or the resources they are releasing to me? What exactly are they paying me for? It doesn't matter whether that person is your uncle, it doesn't matter whether that person is your brother, it doesn't matter whether that person is your teacher, it doesn't matter whether that person is your leader or anything. It's important you ask this question to yourself, because no one will ever release their own resources in exchange to nothing. If the answer you get to that question is no, I don't think I have any value in exchange to the payment that this person is gonna give me, or I don't think I have any value that I can exchange with what I'm expecting from that person to pay me, then I will suggest that you go back to your seat and hustle. I know right now someone is saying in his or her own mind that I know of a person that keeps on donating for humanity's sake. I know of someone that is always willing to give out his money, is always willing to give out his resources in order to help other people that are in need, in order to help other people that are suffering in life. My brother, my sister, I want you to always make your effort to find out the reason behind things that are happening, okay? If you see anything happening, if you see anything going on in your own environment, I want you to make an effort and then find out why. Why exactly are such things happening? But then I will help you to answer that very question to you. I will help you to explain to you why other people give out their money, why other people give out their resources, including those ones that give out in the name of charity. People make donations for different reasons which cannot be exhausted, but definitely I'm going to give you some examples of donations and the reasons behind such donations. We have people who make donations so that they want to create acceptance for themselves within a particular community or a nation. What then is the benefit that such people get? Okay, the benefit they get is the acceptance that they're going to be having from such nations or community. Now someone may want to ask, okay, what then is the value that that community is giving out to those people? Okay, the open arm that they are offering to those people is actually a very big value that made those people to make that donation. Others make donation in order to market their own products. I believe even right from there, you know that their benefit is that they are marketing their own product. What value do those people receiving the donation give back in that instance? Okay, the value they give back is the attention to those products. Okay, your attention attention that you give to that very product that they are trying to market, that is a very great value. Another set of people make their own donation in order to help other people, to alleviate human suffering, to help people that are in desperate need or are suffering one or more major life disasters. I know you may now be saying, oh, now we have reached this stage now. So what are those people now getting back in return? What is the benefit that such people get in return? The satisfaction and the happiness they derive from alleviating such suffering is what they get in return. I hope you know that the major reason that makes humans to keep on making effort, to keep on struggling to make an improvement, to keep on seeking for results, to keep on trying to achieve something great, the end result is for them to be happy and then feel very joyous in their own heart. If only you understand that, then you will get to understand that making a donation in order to get satisfaction and a good feeling is actually a donation worth making. And I know you want to get me right at the neck with this question. Okay, now let's look at the beneficiary. Okay, what is the beneficiary actually contributing? What is the value that that beneficiary is giving for him to be able to get that, donation, paid to him? For him to be able to get that resources come to him? My brother, my sister, his suffering is the value that he's giving out. Okay, I hope you know that your suffering is actually an opportunity to another person. Your suffering may not be an opportunity in sort of some negative way, but it's an opportunity for someone to act in order to feel important and very useful to human existence. That is why when you take a look at it closely, even in the humanitarian setting, whenever a particular community stops suffering, whenever their own suffering comes to an end, even the donors will now stop giving their own funding for that community. Why? Because they are no longer suffering, and then at the end of the day they will just be posting their own success story around those people alleviation of suffering. They will just keep on posting it on their pages saying, okay, so community used to be in so problem, but we were able to solve them. So persons, we are in this kind of challenges and we are able to sort it. So that is how those things keeps on happening. Okay, so it's important for you to just know that you only get paid for the value you bring to the marketplace and never for the time you spend staying in that market. The next question we are going to be discussing around is this. Okay, now if the statement stays true that you only get paid for the value you bring to the marketplace and then not the time you spend in there, so what is then the impact of time? Does it mean the impact of time is useless as long as the payment you get as an individual is concerned? The answer to this is no, but let's get to find out. The importance of time to you getting paid may not be direct, okay, but if you want to have a deeper understanding to this, I will want you to start by breaking down the reason why you get paid. Okay, you get paid for value. Okay, now what are the raw materials, what are the resources that are used in order to build up value? Okay, value is built up by you multiplying your effort and time. Okay, so value is the product of your effort and time. Everyone knows that it takes time to build value. It is also important for you to know that you can never reach the highest peak of the value that you can ever build upon yourself, okay? But rather, there will always be a room for you to improve. And for you to continuously make that improvement, it requires a given period of time through which you will keep making effort in order to improve on that value. Time is of utmost importance when it comes to the reward you get in life, provided that you work all through the time. Don't get me wrong on this. If you sit down and do nothing all through the time, you can stay for 100 years without achieving nothing in this life. This implies that all the things you do through the time is what determines the reward you get at the end of the day. If you give your time to nothing, you get nothing. If you give your time to something, you get something. I believe by now you understand that your reward is a direct proportion of what you give your own time to. Now the last question I will want us to be discussing around this topic is this. How can you multiply your value without changing the time? How can you increase your value without increasing time? How can you multiply your payment or your reward without increasing the unit of time? It's a simple mathematics. All you need to do is to keep on increasing your effort within that given period of time. Everyone knows that you cannot change time, you cannot add to time, you cannot take away from time, so time keeps on ticking with a constant speed and there's nothing you can do about it. On the other hand, your effort is always within your own control. Whenever you think of multiplying your own reward, whenever you think of increasing your payment, whenever you think of increasing the kind of things that you are expecting from life, what should come to your mind is, how can I multiply effort? There are kind of questions that you should always be asking yourself if you want to do better every time that goes by. Is it possible to become twice as valuable in the marketplace and make twice as much money in the same time? Is it possible to become 3 times as valuable in the marketplace and make 3 times as much money in the same time? Is it possible to become 4 times as valuable in the marketplace and make 4 times as much money in the same time? These are kind of questions that you should be asking yourself anytime you want to add to your own reward. Each time time you want to add to your own output, each time you want to add to the kind of payment you get in this life. And whenever you ask yourself these kind of questions, you should be thinking of how to multiply your own effort in order to give you that multiple that you want to increase your own reward by. You may be saying, come on, Success Tips, I'm just an individual, so it's going to be difficult for me to, to increase my effort to an effort that simulates that of 10 people. That is why we have leverage, okay? The major difference between you and people that are successful is the fact that they have turned their back to those kind of concern, and then they have taken advantage of leverage, and then they are constantly increasing their output, they are constantly increasing their payments and reward, okay? I will give you one assignment. I will want you to go and find out what a leverage is, and then come back to the comment section of this video and then tell us what you understand by the word leverage. And lastly, I want to tell you this: if you want life to be better for you, I want you to keep putting more and more effort over a given period of time, and then I assure you that you will keep flying in this life, okay? So I believe you have found value in this video. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I will want you to click on the subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell so that when the next content comes up, you will be notified. And if you're a returning viewer, I would love to say thank you, and I will need one favor from you. Please share this video with just one person. Thank you, and see you guys in another video. Bye.